Perfect. So welcome to your orientation call to know how to get the most out of the Influential Leader, the workshop that is starting on Monday. And we're so excited that you're registered. We're so excited that you're joining us. And we want to make sure that you know exactly how to get the most of your time with us and to qualify for some extra bonuses, because who doesn't like a good bonus, right? So my name's Melissa. I will be your guide through next week, through the Influential Leader Workshop. And this is not the first time we've done this workshop. Actually, this is the 8th time we've run this workshop, and we've had more than 500 people attend. And the feedback that I get from this workshop is absolutely amazing, which is why I'm always excited to offer it again. And we have people join from around the world. It's really exciting. We've got CEOs, COOs, executive directors. We've got business owners and managers at different levels joining to learn strategies that they can apply to their leadership. And what's happening right now is the landscape of work is changing, and everyone's talking about it. And if you haven't been hearing about it, I'm sure you've been feeling it and living it. And what we used to do, how we used to approach management, doesn't work anymore. So inside this workshop, we're going to dive into what you're going to need to survive in today's workplace, to keep your employees motivated, and to take performance issues or employees who are struggling right now and empower them to become the rock stars that you need them to be on your team. So I want to acknowledge the fact that you're taking the time to invest in yourself. You've signed up, you're here, and you're pushing through all of the reasons why not, right? I don't have enough time, I'm too busy, I've got conflicts, and you're investing in yourself, in developing your skills, and really showing up for your team. So this is really a chance to hit reset, cut through the noise of every day, and grow your skills as a leader.
That's right. And if you have any questions like what happens if my employee is only here for the paycheck, or how do I deal with quiet quitting in today's changing landscape, or how do I handle my employees who avoid me or give me uncommitted surface level answers when I do have the conversations with them? Why do employees commit but never follow through? And how can I break that frustrating pattern? How do I set clear boundaries when an employee brings their personal problems to work, yet still be able to support them as a leader? Or even, what if my employee isn't open to feedback and I keep facing denial and defensiveness from their end? So these are the types of questions that Melissa will dig deep into during the Influential Leader Workshop. And it's going to be transformational for those of you attending it.
Yeah, and those are the common questions that I get asked during the workshop, on the lives, behind the scenes. These are the questions we tackle. And in fact, Gisna has been on calls this week with registrants, and he's been collecting some of these questions so that we can tackle them during the workshop, or at least behind the scenes if we can't do it up front. There's only so many hours, and you will see our time is going to go by fast. It's a lot of fun. I keep things moving, and you're going to learn and grow in the process. So I'm going to introduce myself a little bit for those who do not know me yet or are just starting to get to know me. And then I'll give the chance for Kay and Gisna to introduce themselves as well. So to give a little bit of my flavor, I have spent my career in management. It's something that I was drawn to and that I easily fell into. It was I just picked it up And even before I had a title, I just showed up. I showed up, and it was easy for people to give me that job. And the last 10 years of my career, I really switched into, I got trained and I started coaching. So I spent the last 10 years behind the scenes with leaders at different levels, from executives to frontline managers, helping them deal with the challenges that they face and helping them give the responsibility, empower their employees to step up and create self-managed, high-performing teams. So I said I'm a trained coach, and I think it's really important to understand that there's a lot of people in the industry calling themselves coaches, but only about 10% are actually accredited coaches. So I have gone through many trainings. I've have more than, I think it's close to 500 hours of coach training at this point. I have about 18 certifications and counting in things like choice theory, reality therapy, lead management, spiral dynamics, team dynamics, team diagnostics, emotional intelligence, trust facilitations. Those have been the main places that I have focused my energy and my training. And I do about 30 hours of coaching every week. I'm in coaching sessions doing executive coaching, leadership coaching, and team coaching. So I do this day in and day out. I am a professional certified coach, so I've gone through the process of getting my accreditation with the International Coaching Federation, which means I have proven myself. I have gone through the exams, I've submitted my tapes, I've gone through the process of getting that accreditation and maintaining that accreditation. I'm also a practicum supervisor and an instructor of choice theory. So in the world of choice theory, I sit on the national board and the international, both the national and the international board. So I'm very in the world of choice theory, and that is a real foundation for me in my coaching practice. I'm also a network leader for 6 Seconds. So 6 Seconds is a not-for-profit global organization for emotional intelligence. And I have had the chance of facilitating some of their courses and some of their certifications. So as I'm explaining all of this, I think you're probably getting that flavor of my background, and my area of expertise is really the people side of business. And those areas that I really touch on are engagement, performance, retention. Those are the outcomes that my clients are looking for and that I assist with my clients with. So I share all of this with you, not to brag, but for you to get a sense of me, to get a sense of my background, and to feel comfortable in engaging fully in the workshop next week with us. So joining me today, you'll see Kay, and I'm pointing up because that's where she is on my screen. I'm not sure where she is on your screen, but Kay is a client solutions specialist on my team. We're really happy to have Kay. She's on her 3rd week, so she's a new addition to our team. So I'm not going to speak on your behalf. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and maybe you could speak to your role in the workshop next week.
Sure, I would love to do that. So, hi everyone, I'm Kay, and like Melissa said, I've been here 3 weeks, but it definitely feels like a very long time. It feels very natural. I am Melissa and G Slan's right hand as the client solutions specialist. And what that means is I help in charge coaching to deliver value to leaders. And I'm the lead on organizing public-facing learning opportunities such as this workshop itself. What I will be doing during the workshop is ideally support you with any tech issues, help coordinate the Q&As, and send over important workshop materials. And something that I would like to cover, and that's very, very important, is that this workshop is 100% actionable. And what that means is you will be walking away with a step-by-step strategy to turn any difficult employee situation into a win for you and for your team. And that's all for free. So
Mhm.
that's a huge, huge point. And Melissa will be giving you an inside look into her very own internal processes as an executive coach and give you the exact system so you can duplicate it for yourself and what suits your leadership. And this will truly be a workshop style approach where she will walk through a simple, actionable process to motivate and inspire your employees without feeling the need to handhold or drag them to success. And that's no fluff. And the best part is that you can tune in during your lunch break because it's only going to be for an hour. And so you don't need to take a day off to get the benefits of this workshop.
Yeah. And so as you're tuning in on your lunch hour, Kay is going to be the person admitting you. So she's going to keep an eye on the wait room and to
Mhm.
make sure that you can get in. So even if you're late or, life happens, please join us anyway. We'll be waiting for you and we'll keep an eye out for you. And I just want to speak to what you said there about like, take duplicate it, because I tell people steal it. I'm giving it to you for you to be able to use it with your team, share it with the other leaders in your organization. Because my mission is really bringing these tools in the workplace so that we can create better, thriving workplaces. And the more people we reach, and a week like next week is that perfect opportunity to really, really, really be able to share what we do every day with the world. So now I want to point out Ghislain. So Ghislain is our Director of Client Solutions, and you can think of him as your concierge for next week. And he's already started his job. He's already talking to some of you and really collecting and making sure to personalize the experience for you. So Ghislain, I'm gonna give you the mic here.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Ghislain. Like Melissa said, I'm here. I'm basically here for you next week. So I'll be. We're so excited to have everybody join us. I'll be there to make sure we can provide as much value as possible and really have you learn every minute that you're present and then leave with tools that you could start using right away. And hopefully all of our content will resonate with what you're looking for. And we have no doubt it'll be a very, very exciting week for everyone. So if you're registered, great. If you're watching this and you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, there's no pressure. You can register and attend when the time's right for you. We record all these sessions and we'll be providing the recordings on a daily basis. So even if you can't make it, you can register and there's no pressure to attend all 5 sessions, right? So I'll just add that at any point during the week, I'll be circling around. I'll be around. You'll see me, but you can reach out and send me a quick note and we can dive into what you're needing in that moment in time, and then we can take it from there. But I look forward to seeing everyone, and don't be shy. Come talk to me. I don't bite. So
And it feels like I have not just duplicated but triplicated myself here. So it's not just me supporting you in this workshop, and you have a full team behind you. And it is not every day that you get to access this kind of support for free. So please, please, please take advantage of everything that we're offering. That is my wish for you. So what we're going to be covering next week. So we're going to be looking at the challenges that leaders are facing today and how to take your lowest performing employee and turn them into a valuable team member. So we'll be addressing things like addressing how to address, how to spot employee disengagement, presenteeism, quiet quitting, all of those trends that we're seeing. See it, address it before it becomes a problem. Oftentimes, we are reacting to it instead of being proactive. So we're going to look at how to be proactive. We're also going to be looking at how to transition our leadership approach to be more effective. And I'm going to be giving you a lot to think about in terms of your approach so that you can look at the situation that you're dealing with and adapt to it. So you can have more of an impact. I don't believe in a one size fits all. And what I know in my work is the behaviors that you're witnessing from employees might look like the same. You might even go back to, ooh, I've dealt with this before. But the reason for the behavior is always different. It's always different, and you really get to the root of why something is happening. It is unique, it's complex. So I want to equip you for the tools to not just see the behavior and try to manage the behavior, but really go to the depth of where you're going to create the shift. And you'll see it is much easier to do that than to try to constantly manage behaviors. We're going to be looking at influence, so increasing your influence so you can be more effective in your communication. Because I don't know about you, but if I'm taking the time to have a conversation with someone, I want to make sure that I'm getting ROI on that conversation. I want to make sure that I'm being effective because I don't want to be having the same conversation over and over again and still dealing with fires. And I want to show you how you can turn those difficult conversations that you should be having into real opportunities. An opportunity to not just transform the situation, but build up the relationship between you and the employee and build trust within the team so that you have a stronger team. So today, things are changing. We're dealing with hybrid, with unpredictability. There's a lot of uncertainty in our businesses. People are feeling disconnected. They're feeling lonely. They're looking for things that they weren't looking for before. Money is no longer king or queen, right? There's a lot that has changed. So I want to give you the opportunity to really take a look at that and understand what that means for you so that you can be more effective. All right, so there are many ways that you can benefit from this workshop. So first and foremost, and I'll hand this over to Kay, I'll just say the first thing is showing up live. Mm-hmm. Show up live for yourself. And there's a reason I say that. When you show up live, you're going to be engaging in what we call hot cognition learning. And you'll get a lot more benefits than watching a replay. So yes, we'll be sending out replays. So if you do miss out, you can still catch up, but you will get a lot more out of being there live and participating. So that is the one thing that I ask or I invite you to is show up live if you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else do they need to know about getting the most out of this training?
Yes, so showing up live is definitely at the top of the list. And how to do that is, let me give you a little bit of an idea. So Monday to Friday, we'll meet here in this group at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And each day stacks on the previous day. So if you miss the previous day, you won't be able to get the most out of it. So showing up every day is very, very important. Number 3 is like, make sure you have a pen and notepad ready and block out about 60 minutes of focus time each day to get the most out of this workshop. So you're just jotting down everything that's important, that's valuable to you, and that will help you grow as a leader. Melissa will be going deep with actionable strategies to help you do a number of things like realign your employees, reignite their engagement, and reclaim your valuable time. Having said that, there's an insider tip that I would like to add is that some participants love to do this workshop alongside the leadership team because that offers for a more collaborative learning experience. So definitely do feel free to invite your colleagues. And yes, that's the number one thing that you can do to get the most out of this training. Number two is I would like to pass on the torch to Melissa, and she'll let you know what to do next.
Yeah, so I just want to speak to the people who bring their team or there are multiple people from the same organization attending. They do debrief. So the ones that actually debrief after the 1 hour session, they get to really consolidate what they're learning and build up the same frameworks in their minds and their approaches. So now we're building up almost like a fabric of leadership within your organization. So really, really interesting and fun to do it with other people. So a collaborative learning opportunity. So I love to go the extra mile. So I always say I will commit and meet you at your level of commitment. So if you kind of just show up and you don't participate, then I will show up and I will do my, my role of sharing information and giving you some resources, but it's going to end at that. So the ways that you can really, really take it up a notch is using the chat. Sharing your insights as we're going along, sharing your experiences, asking question. If you ask a question, oh man, do I love to answer questions. And that really directs me in giving you exactly what you need. Ask questions, provide, what your situation is. Ask me for feedback. You don't even need to do that with everyone watching. You can do that behind the scenes. So these are just little things that you can do. And if you ask, I will meet you there because I'm actually blocking off my week. This is what we're doing next week. We're showing up with you, for you, to support you. Gislain is going to be very active in connecting with you. So connect with him on LinkedIn would be one little thing that you can do right away. Because so he'll be active in the chat with you, he'll be active on LinkedIn with you, and he's also available to do connect calls and to give you extra support and extra resources. Gislain, do you want to speak to that, or do you feel like I've covered it?
You've covered it really well. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so all of next week will basically be at your disposal for just about anything. There's no whether big or small, we're here. And, as far as me being able to find more resources for you, I have no doubts there. There's always more that we can share with everyone based on what your current needs are. So, yeah, we'll meet you there and provide as many resources as possible that could benefit your current situation, and we're really looking forward to it.
So, think of it this way. This is us giving back to the world. Like, this is an exciting week for us where we're not worried about anything but showing up for you. And there's a lot of meaning in that for us. Okay, we have some bonuses. You want to speak to the bonuses? So I love to give away extra stuff. So we've set up an opportunity for you to get some extras.
Yeah, I would love to cover that. So there's actually 3 bonuses you can qualify for during the workshop. And number 1 is if you show up on day 1, you receive your workbook. And it's not just any workbook, it's the workbook that will become your blueprint through and beyond the workshop. Melissa has designed it such that it's almost like evergreen. It'll be useful now, then, and in the future.
And I want to
The
speak to that just quickly, the workbook, because this is what participants have done in the past,
Yeah.
is they use it as a tool to teach others, to help empower their leaders, or the leaders that they're building up, to use with their employees. So and they use it for themselves to work through situations. So it's like a rinse and repeat. You can use and reuse. So you get all the tools in this beautiful workbook that I've just updated, by the way. So there's even more. So if you've done this workshop before, there's more in the workbook for you.
Well, now you have it. It's updated as well. So day 1, workbook. Now, day 2, the most engaged participants, and I'm not just talking about showing up on day 1, but being active while showing up. So the most engaged participants will be invited to ask questions during the Q&A session on Friday. And that's our second bonus. So when you show up live and stay to the end of each training, you qualify for the opportunity to receive an executive coaching. And that's the third bonus, and a very, very important one, because this is your one-to-one connect with Melissa, where she will give you a live coaching. And Melissa, I would just like to ask you to elaborate more on what you will be doing there with the person who wins this.
Yeah, so it will be an in-depth coaching session, private coaching session, so nobody else gets in on this one. So you will get 90 minutes of my focused attention to dive into what's important to you. So that means you get to bring the situation that you've been working with. We can focus on the situation, or we can focus on you and developing your skills. So there's some freedom there to decide what is going to move the needle further for you. And I'll be able to offer that one-on-one coaching session the following week. So you have to attend every day to qualify to win. And then on Friday, we'll be able to announce who's won that coaching session for the following week.
Yeah. So now you know how to make most of your time during the workshop and gain access to your bonuses. And there's something that I would like to add is, do not take these bonuses lightly, because they are all equally very valuable and important.
Yeah, absolutely. So people who have come to this workshop, okay, they have told me that they've gained a lot of clarity on their situation, on how to approach the situations that they're dealing with right now. They've gained clarity on how to really pivot from managing to leading. And they feel more equipped to deal with the day-to-day leadership challenges that they're dealing with. Because really, when it comes to stepping into management, we get management training. If you've been lucky enough to get training, the training that you get is management. It's about managing things, structuring things. And we don't really get the training on leading people, really dealing with communication, that presence that makes a difference, the influence pieces. These are things that we don't get training on unless we invest. And this is what you're going to get out of your week next week. So people usually walk away or come back, I would say, on day 2 to let me know that they're seeing changes. Day 3, there's concrete things that they've been able to put in practice, and they're seeing changes in their situation. So you get results right away if you're willing to take action on them. And by the end of the week, you will be different. And you will have had an impact on employees and your team as a whole. So this is what you can expect from the workshop next week. I'm excited. And by the way, tell me, tell us, keep communicating to us how you're making out through the week, because that gives us a chance to not only support you, but really see the impact that you know, we're doing this because it means something to us and we want to know how this is having an impact on you. So I'm super pumped. Gisna, what about you?
I'm so excited to meet I mean, I've already met a lot of people that are registered, but I'm always excited to meet new people that share the same interests as we do, Melissa. And the more the merrier. So invite your friends, invite anybody in your network that you think may benefit from this. I think the worst that could happen is you get some new tools and that you can choose to use or not, but there's no harm in joining, and we will be there with open arms. So I'm really excited to meet everybody.
Okay, last words.
Yeah, I think I would like to add that whether or not you're planning to attend, but if you do attend, you will leave a different person, is what I can say in my experience of working with Melissa for just 3 weeks. And it's been already a transforming journey for me. So I can say that for sure, that it's going to be a transformational journey for leaders who are planning to attend this workshop. And I'm very, very excited to host this alongside Melissa for the very first time and see the kind of impact or change it brings amongst the registrants and the participants. So I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Yes. So cheers to leading people first. Check your inbox for the Zoom link. It's going to be coming your way the day before we start. And we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. See you on
See you on
Monday.
Monday, everyone.